The option is going to be for the seller. And if I was advising the seller, I would advise them to keep it as a closed bid, okay? So that way we get the offers, we could review the offers, and then we could work with the people that we want to work with. And if we want to have a second round to see how much people are going to improve their offers, we could do that. And if somebody is a little trigger shy and we could get a better offer somewhere else, so be it.
Live behind decisions I chose. Peaks feel good and the valleys get low. Chains for the tires in the rain, hail, snow. It's like this everywhere that I go, everywhere that I go.
Hey everybody, it's Hussein Kabani, your favorite broker? Well, if I'm not your favorite broker yet, I definitely will be by the end of this clip. We're working in the residential business. We love helping families get into homes and upgrade their homes and possibly even downsize their homes depending on how their life is changing. I would encourage you guys to click on a link below and book an appointment in my calendar so we could discuss if you wanted to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. There's no pressure at all. I would love to connect with you guys and give you my opinion about your situation. Now, back to the video. We're going to talk about open bidding because you're going to be hearing a lot about it in the media coming up. So April 2023, we're supposed to start to see an option for open bidding. You're going to see all these headlines that said the process is going to change completely. You're going to have more options and whatnot. But guess what? The options are not for the buyers. So let's address this in categories, okay? So in a transaction, we're going to have a seller and we're going to have a buyer. Let's talk about the buyer first when it comes to open bidding. This is a positive thing, in my opinion, for the buyer, because the buyer is going to be able to see what the price is live. Right now, the process works as you're going to submit your offer. You're not going to know what the other offers are. You don't know what you're bidding. You don't know how much higher or lower you are than the other offer. And when it comes time that maybe you're in the second round or a third round, or I've seen ninth rounds, when they come back to you and they're like, and you don't know how far apart you are. Are you $1,000 apart? Should you go up 10K? Should you have to go up 50K? You have no idea. So for the buyer, this is going to become really transparent about where the offer is and how much more you have to bid in order to be able to secure that property. So again, very good for the buyer. But on the flip side, I would tell you that I personally, at this point, don't think it's the best thing for the seller. Now, if I was to walk into a seller appointment and I would basically be describing what open bidding is versus what the blind bidding is, the current process right now, I'd basically tell them that, hey, in a blind bidding process, the current process, nobody knows what the other offer is except us on the selling side. So we know what the offers are and we can kind of basically play with the cards that we have that we're looking at. Would you want to show your cards to everybody else at the table at the same time? Let's think about it this way. You're playing poker. You're going to turn around and get everyone to show your cards and then put your chips on the table? I don't think the seller is going to want to do that. So I think what is going to end up happening is that the seller is going to have a choice. So don't get it wrong, guys. When you read the headlines that it's going to say you're going to have an option, you're not going to have an option. The option is going to be for the seller. And if I was advising the seller, I would advise them to keep it as a closed bid, okay? So that way we get the offers, we could review the offers, and then we could work with the people that we want to work with. And if we want to have a second round to see how much people are going to improve their offers, we could do that. And if somebody is a little trigger shy and we could get a better offer somewhere else, so be it. The biggest difference I've seen in this is two things, okay, happen when we get these multiple offers. Sometimes the offers are very close to each other. Maybe they're $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 apart from the first, second, third offer, okay? And then you end up choosing whatever the best offer is. In a buyer situation, if it's open bid, it might work out for them. They say, okay, fine, this was my max, but I really like the house. I'm willing to pay another $10,000 for it. So great, it works out for the seller or the buyer in that process. And sometimes the offers do end up like that. Maybe that is an advantage for a seller when all the offers come in at the same thing. You could budge them up a little bit. But guess what? There's been a lot of times, guys, where I've seen offers. We've got 10 offers, okay? And maybe the 7 offers are like something we won't even consider, okay? But the 3 offers, out of the 3 offers, 2 of them are on the lower end and 1 is like way out there. And I've seen this a lot of times. And it's shocking sometimes, even when I receive the number, I'm like, how did this person even come up with this number? And are you going to want to disclose that as a seller to the buyer? Would the buyer actually come up that much at that point? Probably not. Who wants to just give away their money? So guys, when we hear about this open bidding process coming up, for sure it would be an advantage, in my opinion, for the buyer, not so much for the seller. I personally think that for the most part, the sellers are going to keep it as a closed bid, but I don't know. I want to hear your comments about it, guys. So at the bottom of this video, whether you're going to say something good or bad, we get bad comments all the time too, which is fine. I want to hear your opinion. So please do me a favor. Write down what you guys think is going to happen when this open bidding kind of kicks in. Do you think buyers and sellers are going to go with this option? Why and why not? The other thing I'd encourage you guys to do is I'm going to have a link, okay? And that's going to be to my calendar because I'm very interested in talking to you guys about this topic and other topics as well. I'm really into this whole real estate thing. And I go home sometimes and I just look at the MLS because I'm very interested and I want to hear from you guys. So we're going to have a link to my calendar. Why don't you guys go in, click the link, find a slot that works for you, and let's connect for 15, 20 minutes and let's talk about real estate. You want to talk about the market? You want to talk about interest rate? You want to talk about the economy generally? You want to talk about open bidding process? I'm willing to have this conversation. So let's connect, guys. Until next time, or when I hear your call, get Kabani, get sold.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.